light, dim the streets in moonlight bright. We dissect the cinematic art, reel by reel we pull apart.
Hey, welcome back to Real Talk, the show where we explore the art of filmmaking, one frame, one performance, and in today's case, one song at a time. I'm Josh, your guide through the cinematic world where music meets the movies. Whether it's a single track that defines a moment or a collection of songs that shape the entire atmosphere, a soundtrack can transform a film into something unforgettable. Today's episode is a celebration of my top 10 favorite movie soundtracks. These are the soundtracks that don't just complement the visuals, but elevate them, turning great movies into iconic ones. They create emotions, build tensions, and, in some cases, become cultural phenomena in their own right. From rebellious rock anthems to soulful melodies, each of these soundtracks has its own unique magic. And while this rank is not set in stone, I am going to present them in my 10 to 1 as they are in my mood today. This could change. However, I want to highlight why each movie soundtrack stands out to me. Music in film has always fascinated me. It has the power to pull us into the story. It sets the mood. It can make a scene unforgettable. Think about the last time a song gave you goosebumps during a movie, or had you humming it as you left the theater. That's the magic we're diving into today. So grab your headphones or turn up the speakers, because we're about to explore the soundtracks that define greatness to me. Let's dive in. The first movie that comes to mind at number 10 is 1984's Repo Man. If punk rock had a cinematic manifesto, Repo Man would be it. Alex Cox's cult classic blends absurdity with biting social commentary, and its soundtrack captures the spirit with raw, anarchic energy, featuring artists like Iggy Pop, Black Flag, Suicidal Tendencies. The music perfectly mirrors the film's unfiltered chaos. Iggy Pop's title track sets the stage with its gritty, rebellious tone, embodying the film's ethos from the very first note. Tracks like Black Flag's TV Party and Suicidal Tendencies Institutionalize amplify the sense of youth, disillusionment, and rebellion. For me, what makes the soundtrack so special is how it integrates seamlessly into the film's bizarre narrative. The story following Otto, played by Emilio Estevez, as he stumbles into these surreal world of repossessions and alien conspiracies. The music doesn't just accompany the action, it enhances it, gives voice to the counterculture themes that define the movie. Even decades later, the Repo Man soundtrack remains a testament to punk's enduring influence on film and a reminder of how music can encapsulate an entire era. And I can still listen to it every day. At number 9, I've got 1986's Pretty in Pink. Now, John Hughes knew how to connect with teenage audiences, and Pretty in Pink was no exception. Its soundtrack is a quintessential 1980s new wave mixtape, featuring iconic tracks that perfectly capture the emotional highs and lows of adolescence. Songs like Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark's If You Leave and the psychedelic Furs re-recorded title track encapsulate the yearning and angst of young love. These songs don't just complement the film's visuals, they elevate them, creating a world where every awkward glance and heartfelt confession feels larger than life. Beyond the hits, tracks like Suzanne Vega's Left of Center and Echo and the Bunnyman's Bring on the Dancing Horses add depth and texture, reflecting the film's themes of individuality and self-discovery. The music amplifies the story of Andy, Ducky, and Blaine, making their struggles and triumphs resonate on a deep emotional level. Even today, the Pretty in Pink soundtrack remains a definitive portrait of 1980s youth, proving that the right music can make teenage heartbreak feel timeless. Then at number 8, I have 1993's Judgment Night. Few soundtracks have ever dared to blend genres as boldly as Judgment Night. Pairing rock bands with hip-hop artists, this album created a sound unlike anything we had heard before. Helmet and House of Pain's collaboration, Just Another Victim, kicks things off with this unrelenting energy, while Ice-T's explosive partnership with Slayer on Disorder pushes the boundaries of musical fusion. Other standout tracks like Cypress Hill and Sonic Youth's I Love You Mary Jane showcase the innovative, genre-defying spirit of the album. The soundtrack's raw intensity also mirrors the film's high-stakes narrative, where four friends find themselves in a deadly game of survival after witnessing a murder. The music amplifies the tension, creating a visceral experience that's impossible to ignore. More than just a collection of songs, the Judgment Night soundtrack is a cultural milestone and paved the way for future collaboration between rock and hip-hop. It's bold, it's loud, and it's unforgettable. At number 7, I have 1992's Juice. The Juice soundtrack is a masterclass in 1990s hip-hop, capturing the pulse of an era and adding depth to the film's gritty narrative. Featuring legends like Tupac Shakur, Eric B. and Rakim, and Naughty by Nature, the music reflects the themes of ambition, loyalty, and betrayal that drive the story. Rakim's Juice, Know the Ledge stands out as a defining track, its urgent beats and introspective lyrics mirroring the tension and stakes of the film. Another highlight includes Naughty by Nature's Uptown Anthem and Cypress Hill's Shoot 'Em Up, which amplify the film's emotional highs and lows. These songs don't just play in the background. They ground the whole story in this cultural moment, making the struggles of Q, Bishop, Steele, and Raheem feel both specific and universal. The Juice soundtrack is more than just a collection of hits. It's an essential part of the film's DNA and a time capsule of hip-hop excellence. At number 6, we have This Is Spinal Tap from 1984. Mockumentaries don't get more iconic than This Is Spinal Tap, and its soundtrack is just as legendary. Written and performed by the cast, the songs blend hilarious parody with genuine rock chops, creating a unique listening experience. Tracks like Big Bottom and Stonehenge are equal parts absurd and catchy, and they walk that fine line between satire and homage. But what sets the soundtrack apart is how it enhances the film's humor. Lyrics like, "The bigger the cushion, the sweeter the pushin'" are laugh-out-loud funny. But the performances are so committed that the music holds up as actual rock anthems. Whether you're in on the joke or just along for the ride, the Spinal Tap soundtrack album delivers on every level. It's a rare achievement, a comedy album that rocks as hard as it rolls. At number 5, we have the oldest film on my list, 1969's Easy Rider. Easy Rider is more than a film, it's become a cultural milestone, and its soundtrack is a huge part of why it's so unforgettable. Steppenwolf's Born to Be Wild is synonymous with the open road, while the band's The Weight brings a soulful depth to the film's introspective moments. This was one of the first movies to use pre-recorded songs instead of a traditional score, setting a precedent that filmmakers still follow today. The music captures the rebellious spirit of the 60s, reflecting the countercultural ideals of freedom and individuality. As Peter Fonda and Dennis Hopper ride their choppers across the American landscape, the songs become part of the journey, adding layers of meaning to every scene. Easy Rider didn't just change how we think about soundtracks, it changed how we think about film. Now, this is going to show my age or where my sweet spot is for film, but the newest film on this list is 1996's Trainspotting. From the moment Iggy Pop's Lust for Life kicks in, the Trainspotting soundtrack grabs you and doesn't let go. Danny Boyle's groundbreaking film uses music to immerse you in the chaotic lives of its characters, blending punk, techno, and Britpop to create an unforgettable audio-visual experience. Underworld's Born Slippy Nux captures the film's frenetic energy, while Blur's Sing adds a hauntingly beautiful touch. The soundtrack mirrors the film's themes of addiction and survival, oscillating between moments of euphoria and despair. This is an unpredictable and vibrant soundtrack, as much so as the film itself, making it an absolute integral part of the story. Even decades later, the Trainspotting soundtrack remains a touchstone, proof of how music can truly elevate a film from great to iconic. Number 3, we go back to 1972 for Superfly. Curtis Mayfield's Superfly isn't just a soundtrack. It is an elite work of art. Songs like Freddy's Dead and Pusherman don't just accompany the film's narrative, they comment on it, adding layers of meaning and social critique. Mayfield's blend of funk and soul creates a rich, textured soundscape that elevates the film's gritty story of crime and survival. What makes this soundtrack so powerful is the fact that it's timeless. The themes of systemic injustice and personal struggle resonate as deeply today as they did in the 70s. Mayfield's music doesn't just enhance the film, it transforms it, making Superfly a cinematic and musical masterpiece. Now, for the last 2 films on my list. At number 2, 1994's Pulp Fiction. Quentin Tarantino's Pulp Fiction is a masterclass in all aspects, but particularly in blending music and cinema. The soundtrack isn't just a backdrop, it's an essential part of the film's DNA. From the opening surf rock explosion of Dick Dale's Miserlou to the unforgettable twist contest set to Chuck Berry's You Never Can Tell, each track adds to the film's unique style and tone. What makes the Pulp Fiction soundtrack so memorable is its eclectic mix. You've got everything from the soulful groove of Al Green's Let's Stay Together to Urge Overkill's haunting cover of Neil Diamond's Girl, You'll Be a Woman Soon. These songs aren't just there to enhance scenes. They become characters in their own right, shaping the film's iconic moments and helping to weave together its non-linear narrative. Tarantino's ability to revive overlooked tracks and artists also can't be overstated. Songs like the Statler Brothers' Flowers on the Wall gain new life thanks to this movie, proving that a great soundtrack can breathe fresh air into forgotten classics. Pulp Fiction doesn't just tell a story, it makes you feel the rhythm of its world, cementing its place, for me, as one of the greatest soundtracks of all time. And then at number 1, I don't think this will come as any surprise to lovers of music and film, but I have 1984's Purple Rain. When it comes to iconic movie soundtracks, Purple Rain just reigns supreme. Prince's groundbreaking album is more than just the backdrop of the film. It's the soul of the entire story. Tracks like the heart-wrenching When Doves Cry and the triumphant title track Purple Rain are not only pivotal moments in the film, but they're also monumental achievements in music. What sets Purple Rain apart is the way it seamlessly blends narrative and music. Prince's electrifying performances in the film bring the songs to life, make them feel raw, emotional extensions of his character. Each track, from the seductive Darling Nikki to the funky, high-energy Let's Go Crazy, showcases Prince's unparalleled talent and versatility. This isn't just a soundtrack, it's a cultural phenomenon. The album dominated the charts, it won awards, and solidified Prince's legacy as one of the greatest musicians of all time. Even today, the music of Purple Rain resonates with audiences, proving that when film and music collide at their highest levels, the result? Pure magic. So there you have it, my top 10 movie soundtracks. These aren't just collections of songs thrown together for the sake of background noise. They're all pivotal storytelling tools. Each of these soundtracks adds depth, energy, and emotion to the films they accompany, transforming great movies into unforgettable experiences. Whether it's the rebellious rock anthems of Easy Rider, the trailblazing genre mashups of Judgment Night, or the timeless brilliance of Purple Rain, these soundtracks have all left their mark on cinema and music alike. Music in film is so much more than an afterthought. It's a character that can evoke emotions that we didn't even know we were feeling, create tension in moments of silence, or explode onto the screen and define a generation. Think about how Pulp Fiction's eclectic mix redefined cool, or how Superfly turned a gritty urban narrative into a powerful social commentary. These are the moments that stick with us. But as always, this list is just my perspective. The beauty of movie soundtracks is their subjectivity. What resonates with one person might not connect with another. So I want to hear from you. What are your all-time favorite movie soundtracks? Did I miss a soundtrack that's been pivotal in your life? Or maybe there's one you think deserves a spot on my list. Join the conversation on social media and drop a comment. I'm on Instagram and Threads at RealRealTalk. I'd love to hear your take. Let's keep this dialogue alive. Because like cinema itself, it's the shared experience that makes it all worthwhile. Now before we wrap up, a quick reminder. If you're enjoying Real Real Talk, please take a moment to subscribe and leave a review. Your support helps us keep diving into the magic of movies and sharing these conversations with film lovers like you. And don't forget to share the episode with your friends. Let's spread the love for great films and even greater soundtracks. And if horror is more your speed, check out our other channel, Real Real Talk Horror, also anywhere you find podcasts, where we go down the rabbit holes of all things horror. Now, for a little teaser. Next time right here on Real Real Talk, We're going to switch gears, but keeping the excitement high. I'll be counting down my top 10 directorial debuts. These are the films where directors burst onto the scene and announce their presence with unforgettable style and storytelling. Which iconic filmmaker made the cut? And who claimed the #1 spot? You'll have to tune in to find out. Until then, keep watching, keep loving, and keep those reels rolling. Until next time.
Underneath the silver screen, green, green, talking reels and all their schemes. Dusty scenes and dreams unfold, stories told in shadows bold. Gritty plots and whispers tight, dim the streets in moonlight bright. We dissect the cinematic art, reel by reel we pull apart. The real talk where voices play with velvet words and starlit sway, reviewing tales both light and dark, classic films that leave a mark. Dive deep into celluloid night, critique the legends in our sight. Every frame a layer appeal, truth and intrigue are revealed. Fan the flames of black and white, the mystery dances in the night. Casablanca to the crime, in every score we find a rhyme. The real talk where voices play with velvet words and moonlight bright. With velvet world we pull apart, reel by reel we pull apart. The real talk where voices play with velvet words and starlit sway. With velvet worlds and starlit sway, reel by reel we pull apart. The real talk where voices play with velvet words and starlit sway, reviewing tales both light and dark, classic films that leave a mark.